Red Devil 18 Gauge. Hello everyone and welcome to another Red Devil 18 Battle Report. Today we are doing FireStorm 4's Game 2, and it is my Ogre Kingdoms up against, as is, the Skaven army. So without further ado, let's get right into deployment. My opponent's left flank looks like this, with a Doom Wheel, a big block of clan rats with a level 4 and a few warlocks, a warp lightning cannon, another block of clan rats with another grey seer, this one is not the general, and a warlord on Fellblade, a unit of slaves with 2 warlock engineers, a small rat dart, another unit of slaves with warlock engineer and a warp lightning cannon, and another unit of slaves on the right flank, again with another engineer, and his second Doom Wheel. My left flank is a Iron Blaster, 2 Saber Tusks, a unit of 2 Mournfang, and a unit of 4 Mournfang with the Dragonhide banner, a unit of 9 Iron Guts with a level 4 on Heavens, a level 1 on Moor, and a BSB with the Rune Moor banner. And then we have 4 Bulls, my second Iron Blaster, and my last Saber Tusk. Skaven do get the first turn. Not a whole lot of moving up. Doom Wheel goes ahead of the rest of the army, but other than that, it's just nudging forward. And the same is followed on the right flank. That Doom Wheel does manage to get a bit too close, but okay. And not much else of note in Skaven turn 1, other than he did manage to skit a leap of warlock in front of my gut star, and his cannon manages to kill 2 bulls. But Ogre's turn 1. See, we use one of our Saber Tusks to railroad the Doom Wheel, and that was a really stupid decision on my part, because even railroaded like that, it's still going to go right next to my cannon and lightning it to death. So, in hindsight, that was a stupid move, but hindsight is always 20/20. Other than that, the 2-man unit of Mournfang march up, the 4-man unit only move up, the Iron Guts reform so they can walk past that engineer, the 2 bulls get in between the Doom Wheel and my cannon, so when it shoots its lightning, it's not going straight into the cannon. Magic sees a Comet of Cassandora placed on the building, ready to get that cannon. And shooting. This Iron Blaster rolls a misfire, rolls a 2, and the cannon cracks right down the middle. So now it's just a chariot. It sucks, but what can you do? Skaven turn 2. And yeah, again, I don't know why I tried to railroad this, it got right next to me anyway, so that ain't good. Over here, this Doom Wheel charged in for the 2 bulls. The Warlock Engineer moves up to get in the way of the Iron Guts again. And again, other than that, just general nudging up, bar that 1 Engineer who left the unit and is now in between of his General's unit and my 2-man Mournfang unit. Again, more moving up on this side. In his magic phase, the Comet of Cassandora does come down and does manage to kill 1 of the cannons. He did also cast Death Frenzy on 1 of his units. Not 100% sure which one, because it doesn't really affect the rest of the game other than it's slowly whittling itself down. And combat, somehow this bull survives. 1 guy there with 1 wound, but at least he's holding up the cannon, or the wheel, sorry. And with that we go into Ogre's turn 2. Now my Mournfang do try and charge the General's unit, and unfortunately he stands and shoots with the Brass Orb, which does kill them both. So that ain't good. Over here, dice just suck. I march the Mournfang over the wall only 3 of them had to take a test, and I rolled triple 1. So I outright lose them out, Mournfang, just for walking over a wall, which sucks. And remaining moves, we see the cannon move up to get a good line on the other lightning cannon. The saber tusks are in the way of the storm vermin, just to get in the way, really. And over here, we charge the engineer, obviously kill it, and overrun into the marsh. Onto Skaven turn 3. And sorry about the paper rustling, just reading the notes I took from the game at the same time as playing to try and get this as accurate as possible. So, movement, the cannon, the wheel moves up a bit, I'll get there eventually. Over here, the big unit charge into my dog, cat, whatever you want to call it, my saber tusk. That's the one. And the rat dart gets in the way of the Mournfang, and the slaves get in the way of the Gutstar. Over here, my one remaining guy does get killed, so the Doom Wheel goes a bit closer to my other chariot, just to show you how close he's getting while I try and hide behind the building. And over here, shooting does see my Iron Blaster get blown to bits, unfortunately, by the Doom Wheel. But on the plus side, during his magic phase, he tried to cast Crack's Call onto my Gutstar. He irresistible forced it, didn't roll enough range to hit anything, and with the miscast he rolled a double 6, so he lost D3 levels, and he ended up losing 2 levels, which means no more Crack's Call, and I think the other spell he lost was Scorch, which is absolutely fantastic for me because they're 2 spells that the Rune Banner doesn't work on. And I think this one misfired while trying to shoot at my Iron Blaster and took 2 wounds. And the Warp Lightning Cannon does take off 2 full Ogres, but that's nothing too bad. So, Ogre's turn 3. The Mournfang charges Rat Dart, the Gutstar charge the slaves, and I've still got this cannon trying to run in circles around from that Doom Wheel. God knows why. It can shoot me through the building, but I was just trying my best to keep it alive for whatever reason. Over here, the Rat Dart dies, so the Mournfang reform. And of course the slaves die, so the Gutstar reforms as well. So, on to Skaven turn 4. Everything is coming towards me now. He wants to hit combat at this point in the game, especially with that Storm Vermin block. In his magic phase, my Comet comes down at strength 10 and wipes out the remaining Warp Lightning Cannon. So that's brilliant news for me because it means he can't just shoot clean through the Mournfang. Unfortunately, all the Mournfang die anyway from magic. Yeah. Picture the Gracier, who I think just used Warp Lightning to finish them all. And in the shooting phase, the Warp Lightning Cannon misfired, rolled the one where it goes in a random direction, and got within 2 inches of the Storm Vermin unit. I needed him to roll just a little bit higher, hit that in the side and cause some impact hits, but unfortunately it was just short. And we also see my Iron Blaster get blown to bits. So on to my turn 4. I decide I do not want to face combat against that Warlord of the Fellblade, so I swift reform to face the other way and go into the marsh. Skaven turn 5. The Doom Wheel unrailroads itself because it's caught in the building. Everything else is chasing after me, but at the end of the turn, the Fellblade rolls a 1 and it dies. I haven't even had to hit this guy and he's killed himself over 5 turns, which is brilliant. And take some more damage on the Gut Star from the Doom Wheel. So onto my turn 5, and now that there's no Fellblade, I'm quite happy to reform, face him, and start running the other way in a bit of a Benny Hill moment. Skaven turn 6, and continuing the Benny Hill, he abruptly changes direction and starts running away from me. In his magic phase, I do use the Hell Heart, which almost completely shuts his phase down, but he does still manage to get off a Skitter Leap, putting this guy, or the Engineer, to my right flank. And with that, him there, he uses the Doom Rocket, which does do some more injuries onto the Gut Star, but luckily it is still alive. There's the Champion, the Standard, and what would be Musician. I just took the wrong model off. So luckily all the points are still there from the Gut Star, which is big for me. So my turn 6, I charge, he flees, I redirect, he flees again. So no more combat at the end of the game, but that is indeed the end of the game, and overall it was a 12-8 win to the Skaven. So that puts my running total up to a massive 8 out of a possible 40. And the team did okay in this game. We are now up to 56 uncapped points and 64 with the cap. And if you didn't watch my last video, there's a 30-50 cap on this team event. So, which means you can't score less than 30 and you can't score more than 50. So in the first game it helped us out. In this game it didn't affect us. But yes, that's the end of the game. So again, thank you very much to FireStorm for running the event. Thank you very much to my opponent Az. And thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.